Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast. It's a drawing room, and it's presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Download the app, use promo code DNVR when you sign up. It's a drawing room. Rapids get a 0-0, nil-nil, nothing. Goalless draw against the defending champion LAFC. Gives it 3 points on the season. Second game in a row with result. And we have, I think there's a lot to break down. We are live in Studio A. We are riding the vibes of the DNVR, the sold out DNVR Rapids takeover. And riding those vibes harder than anybody is my guy and yours, Super Yahya. What's up?
Bro, I am lit, dude. That takeover, I'm not going to lie, dude. That takeover had me speaking Spanish,
Somebody
man.
get this man an Uber home from this show, please.
Dude, that show, that takeover was a lot of fun, man. I had a few adult drinks.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, I'll say a few. A
few
adult
is a
drinks.
number for sure.
But
is a number.
That A stands for another point. Another point.
Another point.
We're getting there, man. Rapids little by little are building something, I think, fun. I don't know if it's going to be competitive, but at least fun.
Yeah, and we're going to dive into that a little more. But first, I got to introduce our sweet boy down there. Back in action. Downtown, Duane Brown.
It's me.
It's you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Did you have fun today?
I had fun. The tailgate was fun.
Tailgate was a blast.
Shout out Dustin. He's already in the comments, but he came up and he and his charming wife came out and hung out at the tailgate. And it was awesome. Always awesome to meet people outside of their avatar.
We got that great video of Yahya dancing on the bus.
Yeah.
Yo, and also if you see Mitch in the single chair
dogs.
today, I told Mitch, take the single chair, man. I can't have that spotlight on me today.
This is messing me up. I don't know how to sit. I don't know what to like. I'm like doing some of this.
You do get a little used to what you know.
That looks good.
It's tough. I don't know what to do in the I like being in the middle.
Hey, dude,
It's
you look
messing me
good in
up.
that single chair.
All right,
the only
guys,
thing is like,
let's talk. Let's try and talk about this game if we can.
yeah, it's not gonna be a good talk.
Shout out to producer Alyssa hanging out with us late night on a Saturday. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for putting up with your employee being completely toasted live on the internet.
Should be working that mute button.
That employee, baby, let's go.
All right, it was a 1-1 draw. No, it wasn't. It was a 0-0 draw.
It was zeros.
The 1-1 was last week. It was zeros. Okay, I think there's a lot to talk about. Number one, set pieces tonight.
Saucy.
Which is such a worry when you lose Jack Price for any bit of time, let alone an entire season.
Yep.
And then you have I thought 7 of those 10 were like very effective.
Yep.
And the other 3 were like fine and not bad. You know what I mean? Like that, I think if you can bat at that rate, you're going to start seeing some of these really go in soon. Am I crazy?
No, I think you're right on point, and I think that's one of the big worries losing Jack is because he is the set piece king for the Rapids, but now we're seeing other guys show up and really put in some good service, and whether it's Ronan or Costa or whoever's taking him, I mean I've over the last couple of games, like my confidence in set piece, whoever's taken it. Like I'm not worried about that anymore, which is a nice feeling.
I don't think now the worry is, can they get anything from the run of play?
Yeah, it's after that first kick that we're having some problems on.
But let's flip that around, right? Like all those set pieces are great, but you know who didn't have many chances tonight? The defending champs. Almost had no chances tonight.
You know what? Carlos Vela sit back home.
Whoa.
Dude, I thought the Rapids defense was fun.
They looked really good.
Not just good, they looked fun. Like to say a defense looked fun, it's kind of weird. But they looked like they were prepared for like one of the high-potent offenses of MLS. And that's really fun to watch because like if you're looking at the game full on, they didn't let anything get passed by them.
Nope.
Not even a real legit chance.
No, the only real chance was that Bonga breakaway off of the Acosta turnover.
But
right?
even
It wasn't
then-
a set. It was nowhere close to a set defense.
But even then, that was like 3 feet off the actual.
Yeah,
like,
the shot
goal.
wasn't there,
Like
but-
and that didn't scare me. Like
Yeah.
maybe like I got scared for like 10 seconds, and then after that, I'm like, whatever, it's whatever at that point.
Yeah. Vela was silent. Bouanga had a couple of chances, but I mean, really, for the most part, Maxu. And I was gonna make this like the third segment, but I think we can just jump into it right now.
Holy crap,
This was
Maxu.
the Maxu breakout game.
Yes.
He's here. He is him.
But can you say it's a Maxu breakout game when he's been like elite the whole time?
He
Yeah,
was-
because
he
this
was-
was the loudest game
He
he
was
had.
extra elite today.
Yeah.
Again, I'm toasted. This has been established.
Yes.
I thought
What, we
Maxu
don't
has
have
been
to say
good.
it every time.
Yeah, I thought Maxu was great the whole time. But I'm like, Maxu's the one guy on that defense where I'm like, I don't have any issues with. Maxu, you put him back there, I'm like, cool. Let him just roll out and be Maxu, the guy that we all expected him to be.
He was a game saver tonight,
Yes.
though. Like, that's the difference between him being solid, in previous matches and tonight. I mean, like, in the first half, he went almost into a split to make that save, down when they were down on our end. And, I mean, effortless. Like, just knew where he needed to be, and he was, screw it. I'm going into the splits to make this save. And it's just, I don't know. He seemed to be at another level tonight.
I'm with Logan in the comments here who says it's hard to take a negative. 6 weeks ago, you told me this result, everyone's happy about it. And you're right. You went on the road, got a point from Austin. We're the better team most of the night. And you faced the defending champs at home and you get a point, and you were the better team most of the night.
Yep.
Obviously the start to the season is rough in terms of, the points accrued and not getting those early results. But, the trajectory right now is this team can compete with anybody. I mean, obviously, and I said this on Twitter already, but like you'd rather be the Rapids right now playing very competitively against good teams than Salt Lake, who just lost
getting blown
4-0 for the second consecutive game.
I love that.
Like, this is, you only have to get to about, I don't know, what we say, like 43 points or something
43
like
is the
that?
average for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
that's not, when you go down to ninth, it's probably even lower. You probably only need 41 or 2.
No, that's 43 is the average for ninth place.
Got it. So, look, like, 3 from 18 is a tough pill to swallow, but you have Charlotte next week, right? You have it's still on the road, but it's SKC. Yeah, so you get Charlotte on the road, SKC on the road. There's points there. And if you play like this, if you go into those games like this, is 4 points not expected, but like realistic?
Kind of, but the way I look at this, it's kind of like, if I told you what's more likely, 0-0 draw against SKC or LAFC,
Right.
what would you say?
Well, yeah, SKC.
SKC.
Yeah.
And now you got to draw against both. It sucks, but at least you got to draw against LAFC, the defending champs.
Yep.
Players and a team that's competing for the CONCACAF Champions League, who's really good. So I'd kind of be like happy for this draw for the most part. You know what I mean? And looking forward, how you're kind of talking about SKC and what was the other team you were talking about? Charlotte. Are winnable games that you can go out on the road and actually get points against. So for me, 4 points, it's kind of like not a given, but that's the expectation.
It should be. Look, I mean, Charlotte is not, they had a decent result today, but I mean, look, like, I'm not scared of Charlotte. And if this team is playing like they are, yeah, it's tough to get it against LAFC, but those finishes will be easier against Charlotte, even on the road.
For sure.
All right. What else what else you guys want to break down? We talked, I think the preeminent Twitter discussion right now is going to be, why did we only see Cabral for 7 minutes tonight?
I thought the subs were not, that last sub was way too late for me. Like, coming in was 6 minutes. Well, that's when Cabral and Prizo came in with 6 or 7 minutes left.
It's about 7 minutes, yeah.
To me, that was way too late. Like, it's just, at that point, it felt a little desperate, and it was just like, well, dude, you already played the entire match. Like, why are you making a change now? Like, it's not going to be enough time to cook, you know?
What I think was, I mean, and if I'm trying to put my Fraser hat on, I think it's keep Ralph out there for another Bulldog defender and Cabral out there for a counter, right? Like, bunker down, preserve the point, and hopefully the speed with Cabral coming on catches maybe a breakaway goal to steal 3. But let's keep this 1 point we have. And that's bringing Ralph on, and that's...
I get that, but I hate it.
Sure.
And I hate playing not to lose.
Well,
versus
unfortunately, that's part of soccer.
I know it's part of soccer,
to.
but like we're at the bottom of the table right now.
Sure.
And it's like we can't be playing to not lose.
Okay, but if he
point.
goes all out and a good team like LAFC catches you on the break, and all of a sudden you're losing 1-0, and now you get nothing out of the result,
then I think
people are saying that Fraser needs to be fired.
Well, people are already saying Fraser needs to be fired
That's
for a 1-1
fair
drop.
point.
So
yes, they are.
It's for me, it's. You're at the bottom of the table. Your backs are up against the wall. I think you got to give him more than 7 minutes. Like,
yeah,
it just
give him 10.
To me,
15,
it felt like, what's the point of this sub when there's no time to take advantage of it? We're at altitude. You have somebody with super speed, and there's just not enough time to take advantage of that. And for him to really run, for Cabral to really run those dudes into the ground, like. You're going to need more than a couple minutes, So, I don't know. I felt like the Cabral maybe, pull Sam out a little earlier. Not that Sam had a terrible game or anything, but it's just he was just there for a long time. And we constantly hear from Fraser, from Pork, from the whole club, one of our greatest advantages is the altitude. And I felt like we didn't use it tonight because we waited till the last minute to make that sub. And so if we truly do have that advantage, I would have liked to see those subs happen a little sooner to really take advantage of it.
I just want to... No, go ahead.
No, like real quick. When Cabral came in, Duane looked at me like Cabral's coming in. And I told him like it's 10 minutes too late, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I thought
Cabral... he should have probably come in around the 75th.
I thought he should have come in more like around the 65th. For the reason that it takes a while for the sub to actually go all the way through because you need a stoppage. Game was actually really fluid for the most part. It was going like how it should.
It is strange to me that Yappy, who is literally only seeing minutes on potential, certainly not on production, right? Like, unless you're counting production that we don't see in preseason training to Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Like Cabral has. Well, Cabral. I mean, like if like. You're hoping that one produces, but one has a goal this season, let alone has MLS goals on his resume, whereas Yappy doesn't have any. And I would have probably brought Yappy in as a target guy late and had Cabral on the field that whole time, where it was the opposite, where Fraser brings on Yappy to take the Rubio striker spot. And I just thought the fluidity up top kind of died when that happened.
I will be a little fair to Fraser here that we saw Cabral starting to warm up around minute 76. But he wasn't able to come on to minute about 82.
It took a long time for him
it took a really long time. So, like, he had that idea of bringing Cabral a little bit earlier. It just didn't work out, mostly because of how long it took for him to get on the field. But either way, you should be planning to get Cabral around minute 65, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just because of the speed and the altitude. You're at home. You should be able to run this team out of the park. And it just didn't feel like that. Cabral hasn't shown able to finish, but he's been able to get that team fully extended all the way. He plays them pitch to pitch. He makes whatever team is on the other side having to play them from one end of the touchline to the other end of the touchline because of his speed, because of his movement. And I wish I would have seen that a little bit more.
Sure.
Because that's what Cabral brings to this team. Cabral doesn't bring goals.
Yeah.
We've seen it all his MLS career. He doesn't bring goals, unfortunately, so far. But he does bring that place where he can stretch the defense, where he can make the center back commit to an early run, where he can make space for the winger. And I think that would have been really useful, especially for a player like Yappy, who's been really good on aerial duels. And it didn't allow him to do that because you only got 7 minutes. So what is LAFC going to do? Bunker. They're going to sit down a little bit back more. they're going to let Cabral get that aerial duel, and they don't have to fight for that because at that point, they're like, just don't let him get by you. You don't have to fight for that aerial duel.
I think in the grand scheme, we're picking nits, and I think we're trying to pull out big narratives.
But again,
you got a good result against a really good team.
Oh yeah,
and maybe you get the win if Cabral plays 20 instead of 10, or maybe. But also it's probably the same result. I think we want to see him more, and I think if anything, Fraser will pull the tape from this game when they sit down and watch it again and are looking into training this week. They got to see it, right? They got to see that there just wasn't any fluidity after that sub window where he pulled Lewis and he pulled Rubio. Mikey was doing his best, but everything was long ball over the top to Mikey, and then it was very hectic possession.
Yep.
Right? There was no secure possession, especially with Yappy. No possession is safe at his feet because I don't think he has the touch yet to really keep it in those tight spaces, play hold up, play the Josie Altidore role, and he's not there yet. He's just not. So hopefully he sees that, flips Cabral in Yappy's minutes, and Yappy comes in more as a target guy late when it's bombing into the box. That seems like a better plan at this point to me.
But to be completely fair, that's also what LAFC was doing. They kind of were playing the same style.
Yeah, they were. Both teams were happy with the results.
Yeah, so at that point, it was like, I wish they'd flip the minutes, even though I'm a big Yappy believer. But I don't think the minutes is the big issue. To me, it's more like it's just the style of play you have to do at the end of a game where you're trying to just get a point or hopefully get 3 if you get lucky at the end with a counterattack, with something. To me, the biggest issue is not getting Cabral out there soon enough to stretch that defense. Get him moving.
Yeah, maybe.
Get him kind of bringing the winger back out.
All right. I can see that. I think the biggest... Oh, go ahead.
So this is kind of my personal thing. As we kind of finish up the Cabral discussion, is I keep seeing on Twitter and even in the comments, this is a front office versus Fraser thing. It's not. Oh my gosh, get off of that take already.
It's also only been...
We don't know.
It's been 5 weeks
just
of the season.
Because,
it's been 5 games.
A club,
season, 6 games, but 5 weeks.
But the thing is, because a club or Porig brings on a player and that player doesn't play does not mean that there's fighting between the coach and the front office. This is just the weirdest take to me. It's Calvin Harris isn't playing either, and no one is screaming that, oh my gosh, Fraser.
Those are very different situations.
I know that they're different players.
That's apples and oranges.
It's apples and maybe green apples.
No.
Calvin Harris costs is a draft pick.
Really makes it
is a draft pick making
I
nothing.
I don't think it's fighting
compared to a
in the front
$1.6 million salaried player.
I
Those
agree
are
with
not
you, but I think Calvin Harris and Kevin Cabral are different situations.
If we're gonna say that is the anytime a player doesn't play, clearly there's a problem between the front office and Fraser. It's a weird take. None of us know what's happening, and there's so much assurance in that take.
I asked around tonight after the game. It was a long time before we got back from the bus. I asked around to a lot of people within the organization. Just tossed it out there. Hot seat? Fraser's seat getting warm? Is he going to feel anything on his chair? There's 0 chance.
Yeah, I don't think
There's nothing happening. You can be as mad as you want about it, but this team is dramatically worse if you replace Fraser.
Absolutely.
Pick a replacement. Who's on the market even that you would what are you going to go get
Jesse Marsh?
Are you going to get Pochettino to come over from Europe and coach the Rapids? What do you you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Poch
Mitch
to the pits?
confirm it right now. Mitch just
Let's put the rumor
it.
out there on the
It's
internet,
gonna be
folks.
an assistant
Make it
coach.
happen.
It'll be an assistant.
Spread some rumors.
moving up.
Get irresponsible. No, okay. How long have we been going? What are we at? 20 minutes
20
or so?
minutes or so.
Interesting. Okay, that Cabral talk lasted a lot longer than I thought for a guy who had 0 impact on the game one way or the other, negative or positive. He was just out there. I don't know. What are some big takeaways for you guys?
To me, the big takeaway, now we just got this comment from, who was it? I want to say Viking, saying that the offense looked more fluid without Bassett. I didn't think so. I personally thought
I think if Bassett played tonight, they win the game.
Yeah, that's my opinion too.
Honestly.
Because Bassett's one of those creative,
I mean, trust me, Max is nice with it, but it would have been Max out and Bassett in.
Exactly.
And
I
Bassett
love Bassett.
would have finished. There was a lot of points where Max thought himself out of production. That Bassett has the instinct to do a one touch, do a two touch, and make a good decision. Where Max is like, he's just thinking. He has the same problem that Yappy's having, where it's just too many thoughts before the action happens, and all of a sudden the play isn't there that was there. Now you're scrambling. Now you're dribbling back 20 yards and then
Their
passing
box
it back
is
to a center
loaded
back.
up,
Yeah,
and
it's just
then-
it's too much.
Yeah.
And also, like, the thing
I
is
think,
that
I think he was the biggest missing piece tonight. Was Bassett.
honestly, yeah, because Bassett also, I feel like, had a breakout game last game against Austin FC, where he was like out there creating chances, being creative, being that kind of double 10, double 8 that Fraser's asking of him, and he was finding passes that most of us wouldn't even think of. And I think, how you said, if he was out there on the pitch tonight, I think he would have helped with some of those passes because he's not overthinking. He's just gonna get the pass to the best player out there on the pitch. And I thought that was the actual thing that was missing for the Rapids.
I see okay, here's the other thing I was seeing on the internet tonight. And I keep seeing this, stop playing Nicholson is right here in our comments right now. And I saw a bunch of people complaining. What? Nicholson was great tonight. He was everywhere he
Nicholson
needed to be.
played
It's insane that people are like mad about Nicholson played.
I think the biggest issue with Nicholson
Do
is
you think
not
Cabral's
that
going to come in and play wing back? That's not how this works.
It
Need,
doesn't.
that position is needed right now. And I think he's playing very well. And this is the person, this is the other thing. I think it was Mark that got into it with me and was saying, you guys are the biggest Nicholson defenders. I'm not defending anybody. If they play bad, in Nicholson's case, which
Also,
he did
Mitch
for
was
all
like-
of last year, I was
Mitch
killing
the
him.
biggest
Yes.
Nicholson hater.
He has
last
been
year.
consistent as hell. He's been playing both ends of the field. I think it's insane that somehow Nicholson has become the avatar of upset Rapids tour.
to play devil's advocate, which I agree with you guys for the most part. I thought Nicholson was great tonight. I think the biggest issue with Nicholson is that when he gets to that final third, he's missing that dog.
Sure.
He doesn't get the right pass.
Well, he's just
he
physically
panics.
limited.
But again,
I don't think
not,
he's panicking at all. I would not say that. I would disagree with that vehemently.
I agree. I think he's panicking because I think he doesn't do the right pass. And to me, as a soccer player, I think he's not getting the right pass out
no,
because
he's
off
just
seeing the
not as
pitch.
fast to get the corner to get the
But
cross
I
in.
think
But he's in
that's
the right place
all
at
of
the right time.
forwards except for Mikey.
I was about to say, I
Like,
think
no one is good with the ball getting the pass except for Mikey to me.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't like, as much as we want to crucify Nicholson for not doing the right thing in the final third. For 2/3 of the pitch, he's playing great as a wingback.
Nicholson has
when
been
you
good.
get to that final
I think
third,
it's insane.
well,
It's insane that this is the take.
But the thing is, like, when you get to that final third, nobody's executing. But you also need to blame somebody. You're not going to blame Bassett because you like Bassett. You love Rubio. You love Yappy. You want Max to be good. You want Mikey the hero because of the 2021 run. So you're not going to blame anybody that you don't like. So who's the first person you blame? Nicholson.
Yeah.
And again, it's a final third issue, but I thought Nicholson played well.
He's playing wingback. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let him do his, like. Also, I don't think it's time to call Gersbach a miss. He's been injured. It takes time. It takes more than
He's played,
less
what, a
than
game
2
and a
months
half?
to integrate 7 new players. So, like, I'm not too worried about that yet.
Has he played a game and a half, or 2 full games?
He's played 2 and change, right?
Okay.
Because he played in San Jose and he played the opener.
Again,
So-
yeah, I was thinking about the
Yeah.
opener, but I don't know how much more he played afterward.
Look, I'm not here to say that Nicholson was like the player of the game, that he was, I guess great was a little bit over a statement, but to pick a player who has been like good in his role and has done his job and hasn't been an active negative, it's crazy that he's become the avatar of upset. You know what I'm saying?
He's
I
a
just don't-
scapegoat for Rapids.
Yeah, he's a scapegoat, but he's been fine. Like, I don't know, like, he
But
definitely hasn't been bad. Like,
But
that's
I'm
the
telling
crazy
you,
thing to me.
You're not gonna blame Bassett because he's a hometown kid.
No,
you're
but-
not gonna blame Rubio because last year he was good.
Yeah.
You're not gonna blame Barrios because Rapids fans have him like in their heart because of the 2021 season. So who else do you blame? Max, you want him to be good. Who else do you blame? Nicholson. It
Yeah.
has nothing against Nicholson. It's
Yeah.
just like he's kind of the odd man now in feelings.
I mean, he's just holding it down until Galvan's ready to go, I think.
That's
Because I think it's
yeah.
pretty clear that you need this wingback position to be successful this season. This 5-3-2, 3-4-3, whatever you want to call, like, it's an amorphous blah, but you need those 2 wingbacks. And Keegan's obviously been awesome on the other side, holding it down. And I think Nicholson's keeping the seat warm for Gersbach getting healthy, for Galvan playing some more.
Yeah.
Stuff to be mad about.
I think for the role of the wing back, he does a serviceable job and marketably better than last season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Light years better than last season.
Long COVID really fucked with him for sure.
As a wing back, it's not his job to score goals, and
It would be nice.
it would be great, but like it would be great if our strikers were scoring goals. It would be great if all of the guys who've been good at scoring goals in the past were scoring goals.
But that goes back
It's
to
just-
like
it's not just on one guy, and again, it's a weird take for me. Also, the Sam thing, like
I
there's-
find it weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
But I can
I mean, he's only
rationalize
playing
it.
because Galvan's not healthy and Gersbach's not healthy
Right.
or integrated.
and
But
he's
I
doing
guess-
a
he's
good
doing a
job.
fine job.
again,
All right,
I
we're
can-
spending too much time on Nicholas.
No, no,
We're
but
spending
like,
too
the
much time on
thing is, like,
We're
I
all
can,
arguing, except that we agree.
The thing is, like, I can
He's not just-
rationalize why people don't like him. Like, because I'm like, I get where all Rapids fans are coming from. My biggest issue with this team is that they got no dog when it comes to shooting right now.
Yeah, that's
they don't
true.
got anybody that can finish, and it's like it's a reasonable thing to be upset about because you need to finish when you're scoring goals. And
Right.
that final third right now doesn't have any teeth. It's toothless. Like,
I mean, I won't say they just came off a game of 18 shots and 8 on goal a week ago, so it's
but
not.
1 out of 6.
You're playing probably the best defense in the MLS tonight.
Again,
You're playing probably the best defense in the league tonight.
I agree with you, but what in the last year and 3 months have they showed us that like they're out there to like draw blood?
Sure, that's a.
And it's and the thing is like I'm trying to say like nothing in that forward position has changed except you lost somebody in Giossi started and you think you replaced a 1-for-1 in Yappy. And I'm all in the Rapids.
No, I don't think anyone thinks that.
No, but the Rapids thought
don't
enough
think-
of Yappy to replace him.
No, I just
with
think that they
Sardis.
think that it's time to commit the development minutes. I think they know their development. They're definitely not. I don't think anyone in the Rapids is thinking we're going to get the same exact production out of Yappy that we did out of Zars.
Exactly, but yeah,
They
like,
know
again,
that. They're committed to the development,
I
And-
think
and
the
the-
fans expected Yappy to be more than Giassi.
which is insane.
And they're
But I'm telling you,
With this
that's
team-
the vibes
Yeah.
that I think the fan base
When they, with
was
this team,
expecting.
they're asterisks. Like I get
That's
that.
a
Like,
great point,
there's a
actually. Texas
Rubio.
Viking 86. Ground screw definitely turned it around, baby. No non-contact
Yeah,
busted
everybody's out.
attendance tonight. Not in this place. Let's go.
Warm weather is
Flowers.
good.
There's our first Flowers candidate.
But the thing,
Ground screw.
But the thing I'm trying to say is like I get that there's asterisks in this team. I get that there's like Rubio has only played a full game if you go based off minutes.
Yeah, he's played about a game. About
A game
Yeah.
in minutes.
Yeah.
Yappy is a rookie. He hasn't played he's
Not a
played
rookie.
every game.
Famously not a rookie.
Famously not a rookie, but he's like he's a first year starter basically.
Yes, correct.
With not much minutes for the
Yes.
Rapids.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I get there's asterisks, but when you complain about this team, what's the biggest complaint? They have no teeth in attack. They don't finish. And I'm not saying like, oh, they suck. They have nobody there. I'm saying like that's the biggest complaint with the Rapids.
Yeah.
That you have nobody to finish, and you could really feel it tonight because Rubio is getting incorporated with a team that has 16 starters, 5 new starters.
Sure.
So that's really hard for Rubio, who had a great season last year, and he's trying to incorporate himself back into a team that's not the same as last year.
Hey, Duane. Do you remember Yaya's message to us before the show?
Yeah.
He said, "Don't let me go crazy tonight," and he is flying takes
But
off
the
right
thing is,
now.
like-
Also, I don't have a lot to say. You guys are gonna have to carry the show for me.
That's
Today.
what he said. I don't have much to do.
It's
You guys
very-
are doing all of it tonight. That's
the
what
thing
you
is,
said.
when I get in front of the camera, I become a showman.
You are. You're the
I can
greatest
really
showman.
see the game becomes a lot more clear. For sure. Not watching on TV is really hard, guys. I don't know how Duane does
Oh
it.
my god. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always there, so I don't know. I like it. You watch every game though. You watch home games on TV, which is crazy.
Yeah, I like it, dude. I think it's fun.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else we had on our list before we jump into Flowers and kind of wrapping up.
I think the biggest thing is the midfield. I thought they dominated tonight.
I thought the midfielders
midfield
looked
was
really good 2 games in a row.
I
Yeah.
have something before Flowers.
Go.
We were talking about this earlier.
The takeover.
Of how much we love when Kellen Acosta gets grumpy when he was wearing burgundy or USA colors.
Yep.
But how irritating it is when he's wearing the other team's colors. It was very funny tonight to
Be on the other side of it.
see him get real cranky. Given Barrios totally laid him out. Like, but it was just very funny to me to watch Kellen Acosta, because I'm a big Kellen Acosta guy.
I love
but
Acosta.
watching him play for the other team and then get real
Him and
whiny.
Wallace were getting into it. Yeah, that was fun.
Laz came in to step in for Barrios, and it was a weird thing to see.
That's interesting. Cody's comment here is basically saying that the team and media overhyped Yappy with how he performed in preseason. He did the same thing last year in full dose. Well, the difference, Cody, going into this is that we knew there was playing time this time, right? Like when you combine pretty much universal, attention and, a guy going to the under 20 U.S. men's national team as like the really only true striker. I think it's fair to think, hey, this guy might be something, which I think is where everyone was. I mean, obviously some people were like, calling 10 goals and, stuff like that. But I think none of that was truly serious. I think we were ready for a breakout, though. Yeah, and I still think there's plenty of time. I mean, it's March. Or it's April. It's April 1st today. But, like,
April Fool's
there's a
people.
lot of time. I think Yappy will have some goals. I just don't think he's there yet.
And it's okay to be excited on a
Yeah.
young player. Like, it's completely okay. But again, like, we were saying that Yappy might have a good year. Nobody picked him to be his team MVP. Nobody picked him to be the top goal scorer for his team. We were excited for Yappy. I didn't pick him. I've been high on Yappy for a long time, and I didn't pick him to be one of my guys for this year. There's a reason for that, because I believe in Yappy. But Yappy is all about potential. It's not about, like,
here's a good
what it's
point.
going to be.
Here's a good point from Texas Viking, man. LAFC's away jerseys are the grossest of this year's crop.
Facts.
They are ugly. They look like a close-up of snot.
They're sewer jerseys.
Sewer jerseys. I like
Yeah.
that better than mine.
They're
I like
not
the
great.
small one actually quite a bit, because they do remind me a lot of my
Yeah,
burgers.
it's ugly. It's gross.
Yeah, I
You
really
think
didn't like those.
LA would have better jerseys.
I
but
didn't
here
like
we
them
are.
when they came out, and now that
I mean, I love their black jerseys.
now
Can't
that I've
hate.
seen them
They
in
have the
person,
cleanest.
Yeah,
I
can
love the
confirm.
black and gold. That's great.
Also, man, the Rapids defense completely locked down LA's offense. Which I was
Okay,
like,
yeah. Let's wrap it up with that, and then we'll get into
Bwanga,
Flowers.
Yeah, because
Vela and Bwanga.
dude, not just Vela and Bwanga, because you have Apako, you got Ale,
Sure,
you got
sure,
Buick,
but-
you got players that could create offense, and they got shut down by the Rapids.
Vela I had one shot on goal. I think Bwanga had the same amount.
Yep.
Neither were threatening.
And Malonga, like,
Vela had that.
I expected a
that
lot
save-
more, like,
yeah.
a lot more villainous kind of poaching and sneaky, picking up the trash and putting it in from him. And, yeah, I mean, they just locked him down.
It was awesome. It was look. This defense is good. These three center backs playing together are good.
I love the defense.
I
Love them.
love the defense.
yeah.
Love it.
What a difference from last season.
Right. I mean, okay, so think about this three back. Last season would have been Gus
Yep.
to end the season. Trusty in the first half, which was when that three back looked really good.
Yep.
Is there any defender tonight that you'd look over and be like, this is a bad defender?
I
For the
mean,
Rapids?
you obviously want Galvan or Gersbach instead of Nicholson. I think,
No.
but-
Of course.
But
like,
outside
you look
of that,
at,
no. I think it
But
was,
you look
yeah.
at the defense, and you're like,
No, this is
has
a very good
anybody
defense.
played bad tonight? And in my opinion, nobody played bad.
No, I don't think anyone did.
We've got a solid D.
No, I think most people get a solid to maybe slightly above average grade, and I think there's a few guys who had really good games, like Maxu. I thought Ronan was pretty good. I thought Acosta was pretty good. All right, let's get into it. Flowers time. Who's giving flowers? Drop your flowers in the chat. Who you're giving flowers to? Anybody first up with flowers? Anybody feeling it? Who's feeling flowers? Anybody?
I'll go first.
The flower guy.
Yarby, man. Like,
El
Yarby.
Güero Yarbi.
Just, I mean, you have to ask,
Hey, you said to stop you from speaking Spanish on the pod tonight. So
Yeah, I did say that right before the show. I remember that very clearly.
you have to wonder if Illich is going to see any minutes.
Nope.
And before his loan is up. And I can't, I mean, outside of maybe tournament play, like,
I mean, we
I-
say that now, but
I just,
probably.
Yarby, there's no way Yarby doesn't start on this team. He is playing
No, he's playing great.
awesome soccer right now.
He's playing great.
So totally gets my flowers.
No, he's
for
been
tonight.
awesome.
Yeah.
And he kept the captain's armband. We talked about this
Yep. I was
pretty much
surprised.
last night and today, just about where do you give the captain's band. Generally, I like outfield players to have the captain's
I
armband,
think
so you
we
can
all
actually,
do.
talk to the ref. But that being said, you do have leaders out. Ronan. You trust Ronan, Acosta, Rubio to get that message across.
I thought Acosta
And
might get
Yarby
it
keeps
tonight.
it going. Is that your flowers, Acosta?
No, my flower goes to Maxu. Dude was a fucking wob.
Maxu.
Maxu
was
just
incredible
went
today.
in there and was just like, "You're not getting anything past me."
Bro
On
was
the,
on it tonight, man.
He kind of was like a central midfielder at times where he was just like distributing, and he was getting like great passes out to like the
Yeah,
offense.
dude.
And I'm like, Maxu is everything as advertised. Love you, Maxu. I am all in on Maxu.
Did you
Give
see
me all
him
the love.
running down a long ball and just completely outpacing? Oh, who was it? It wasn't Bouanga or Velo. It was their other.
Wasn't it a Paku?
It was a pocket, and you just see him. You just see Maxi with his giant 8-foot tall legs, just bounding
yeah.
away.
Yep.
It wasn't the prettiest run you've ever seen, but it was. It's insane how fast that guy
And
is.
Apaku's
Covers
fast
a ton
too,
of
dude.
space.
Apaku's no slack either, dude. Like Maxu was great tonight, dude. I
Maxu was
like
awesome.
Maxu. We
Yep.
love Maxu. Maxu for new mayor of Denver. Let's go.
New mayor of Denver, too.
There's
That's
an election
dope.
going on. I think you can win.
Anybody can run apparently. So
I tried to run and they told me you're too brown.
I wish I was giving my flowers to Max. I don't know if he gets. Maybe he gets one flower because I think he had some nice moments, but I think he
there's
was
multiple
overthinking.
flowers. Like
Yeah, but if he
there's
gets
other
one
people,
flower,
for sure.
I think every start is getting a little better, but he still has a ways to go. So full flowers though, a little guy named Keegan Rosenberry gets flowers.
Little guy.
Quietly great tonight.
He was awesome tonight.
Yep.
Again.
I think today, like, he really represented the fact that if you don't hear that defender's name, he played great, and you just didn't hear his name tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's what Keegan really brings to the
Yeah.
table.
Hey, there's a great one. Kevin, thank you. C38 Tailgate volunteers today.
Yep, let's go.
Tailgate was on point. It was packed. There was a ton of LAFC visiting fans. We obviously filled out a bus. I think there was 5 full buses that came in on top of all the normal crowd. We were talking to Dev. Shout out Dev if you're listening.
Dogs.
He was just talking about how they had a ton of people that were volunteering. They were fully able to staff up and be ready. And hot dogs were flying around. Pizza.
Guys, I just want to say
Mini donuts.
we have tried the mini donuts.
They are so
Oh my god.
good.
Like I would give flowers to the mini donuts. That's how good they are.
I had the salted caramel ones. Bro.
I
Ooh.
just had them mix it up, whatever they wanted
salted
to
caramel
do.
mini donuts. Yeah, dog.
I had them just mix it up. They were like, "What do you want?" And I said, "Whatever
Just
you
do
want to
some
make."
of this
And they
with it.
did. They put a little bit of all of it, and oh my gosh,
Was it good?
C38.
Dude, the mini donuts were pretty
Just
delicious.
Rapid man, bless
All
you.
right, and
for
also
eternity.
got to shout out while we're giving out flowers to the meta, like as Kevin put it, the people that showed up to people that sold out the DNVR Rapids takeover.
This is the most lit I've been in a while, guys. It's been a long time. I love the Rapids. I love drinking. This is why I
Jesus
don't. This is
Christ.
the. I'm gonna say this
Oh,
right now.
man. I don't
New
know where this
people.
is going.
Wait. No mute. Alyssa, trust me. Don't mute. I'm not gonna fucking say anything wrong. There's a reason I don't go to Rapids games that often. I love soccer and I love beer. And it's really hard when you combine both at a great event like the Rapids or the C38 tailgate. And today I thought everybody that helped us all out to see the takeover made it a great game. And I thought it was a lot of fun. So it was really hard for me to avoid any of the fun stuff.
I got a hug from Rapid Man today.
Yeah, he did.
Hell
Actually.
yeah.
I don't know
Did
if he
we get
wanted
Marissa
I don't know
close
if he
up with
wanted
Rapid
it.
Man? Did she like
No,
freak
we got
out?
Susie with
Didn't we
Rapid
take a
Man.
picture together?
We took a picture, but
Yeah.
the sun was
Yo, but
really
for real,
in it
I think
bad.
the point Yahya was trying to get to there was thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for
Yeah.
selling it out. It goes a long way in the eyes of the DNVR world that Rapids are becoming a very legitimate force out here. We're able to sell out a full event, have a great time, get all the DNVR scarves out there into the world.
C38 was a great partner.
C38 really helped us out. Great bus out of here.
Also, shout out Matthew, who came by and say hi to all of us. during
Yeah,
the
he was in the
takeover.
comments
Yeah, he
earlier.
was
That
in.
guy,
He
we
was
were talking
earlier,
to him
so-
and hanging out.
If you guys all, and also B-Ray, always a great supporter.
Also, Justin Reedy, our guy, a Rapids guy, a DNVR Avs guy, proposed.
Oh my gosh, we got it on film.
We got it on film. She didn't believe it because it's April Fool's. And
Questionable day.
then, after finally believing, she said yes. We had a she said yes. Love was in the air. You knew we weren't going to lose at that point.
We got Rapids fans getting married, folks.
So that was cool as hell.
Yeah.
So flowers to those guys. Well, literally, they'll be buying a shitload of flowers soon because they're going to get married.
For sure, dude. Like, again, I thought this was one of the funnest, not just events I've been to in general, but DNVR events that we've done. And I thought this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it quite a bit.
It was a really good time.
I did get a big hug from Kevin too. So
I didn't get to see Kevin.
Neither did I. Me and Mitch were looking for
I got
Kevin the
to
whole
see
time.
Kevin. I'm the winner.
I didn't see Logan either, but it sounds like he was there.
Yeah, I didn't see Logan either. The only people we like picked out was Juaners,
I saw Juaners for, like,
Julio,
one
and
second.
B-Ray.
I didn't see Warner.
But then RG, shout out Ryan Green, the legend, the man, the myth. He brought his drone. So as soon as I started finally seeing people, we were off playing with the drone instead. So.
By the way, RG stands for Rancid Gnome.
What?
RG stands for Rancid Gnome.
Stands for really,
Rancid Gnome.
I think he stands for really good dude.
No,
actually.
I won't give him that much satisfaction.
That's really mean.
I love RG though.
There you go. Any other flowers we got to give out tonight, guys? Does okay. Hang on, I want to pull this back. This one might take a sec, but I'll get there. I promise. Okay. You lose Jack Price for the season, right?
Very sad.
Rubio is out the door the next day. Yappy out the door the next day. Back for this game, but if you're Robin Fraser and after that hit you take, you get a point from Austin on the road and LAFC at home in back-to-back weeks. Does he deserve flowers?
I think he deserves a pat
I know
on the
everyone
back.
was calling for his head about 5 minutes ago on Twitter, but like to me it's kind of like the opposite. Like that's two good results.
He deserves a pat on the back for sure.
A flower.
No, pat on the back.
A dev dog.
No, pat on the back.
Wow.
No
I would
dev
give
dog?
anyone a dev dog because everyone deserves to have a dev
Everyone
dog.
That's
deserves
actually
a
a
dev
very
dog.
good point.
Yeah, they're magic.
But the thing about me is like, I think you have a lot of talented players on this team. I believe in the players quite a bit, and I believe in Fraser too. Like I really do, but I think you could have won tonight, and that's the
They
thing
could've.
that's the thing that leaves
But I
a
don't
little
think
bit
I
of
don't
bad
think
taste in my
Fraser
mouth.
did anything to prevent them.
Oh
from-
no, like I don't blame Fraser at all, but it does fall on him unfortunately because he is the leader of the team at the end of the day.
I guess.
I'll give him flowers. Screw it.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's a pat on the back.
Flowers to you, Robin.
Why not?
And
Flowers
again-
to Alyssa for hanging out with us and producing this
Yeah,
late on a
Midnight
Saturday.
Alyssa.
Rapid show, let's
Staying
go.
up late
No,
with us.
we're gonna get out of here before that, my guy.
No, we're staying up 24 hours. And
We will not
Alyssa's
be
never
still going,
leaving.
man. Hey, look, the Justin's in the chat. He got engaged. Everyone, shout out Justin. Flowers
there
for
he is.
Justin.
Let's go.
There he is, our
Congrats,
guy.
buddy.
Good to see you, man. That
Love
was
you,
awesome.
Justin.
Thank you. Shout out. That's a DNVR legend right there.
Not just the DNVR Rapids legend, just like a
No, he was
DNVR
here for like every
legend.
game during the Avs run last year. It's good to see the OGs be happy.
Yeah, you know that's going to
we
be
love
on the video
love.
recap for sure.
I bet you it somehow pops into that.
Love is
for sure.
love.
All right, guys. Let's we got 2 road games in a row.
Kind of happy for that, honestly.
I'm excited to be able to sit on my couch and watch a game.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I missed my couch tonight. As much fun as I had on the DNVR takeover, I'm a couch person.
I am not. I need to be around people.
You can come
Put me
over to
in
my
that-
house.
Put me in that stadium.
You can come over to my house and watch the game.
Everybody just cheering. Yeah, I don't want to sit on my couch and watch.
I just meant for these road games, you can come hang out and watch it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm too drunk of an alcoholic to be at the game.
Jesus
gonna be honest,
Christ.
man.
Yeah.
I drink too
You
much.
don't have to be dishonest.
I-
That's the thing.
The
Yeah.
thing is, I don't have to, but I am.
That's
like,
the magic of showbiz, baby.
We can. It's all the illusion
I'll
that
edit
we
this
make.
out after the show. I have that power.
Any other notes, guys? We don't have anything else. I mean, we have our normal plugs, but we don't have to plug the takeover anymore because it was a goddamn smashing success today.
It was
So,
fun. It was fun.
I guess you guys want anything plug away? Plug something?
Give us a 5-star review wherever you hear us.
Hit the like.
Hit the like. If you don't, if you have nothing to say, don't say it at all. And follow DNVR_Rapids.
Shout out to Joan. We're thinking about you. Hope you're
Joan.
feeling better.
Healing vibes
And hope
to
you're.
Joan.
I know you're probably not at the stadium, but hope you're getting a watch on Apple TV. And just know that when we're cheering, it's with you in mind.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, viva los Rapids and hasta el 100. Hasta que no pare.
I don't know what he just said because I don't speak Spanish.
But I do, so it all counts.
That one was for B-Ray, who speaks Spanish out there. So
I love you, B-Ray.
yeah. Guys, get your diehard memberships. You get cheaper takeover tickets if you're a diehard member. You get $35 in the locker the second you sign up. You get 20% off in the locker all the time. You get a free shirt every time your diehard membership renews. You get
Exclusive
a 15%
apparel.
off. You get exclusive apparel. You get 15% off at the bar here right now, which is still popping after the Avs dub and the
next
riveting
takeover.
scoreless draw.
And the next takeover is
The next takeover, I think, is
the MLB
Oh, that's right.
smashing success world beaters.
we're not
the
promoting a Rockies
Colorado
event. on
Rockies.
this. No, stop.
We got a takeover coming up
No,
with our
we
buddies
don't.
over there.
I am considering taking that day off so I can go to the Colorado takeover.
You just literally 4 seconds ago said that you can't go to these events. You
This
said
is
that.
drunk Yaya talking. Don't let us.
Susie came to our takeover.
Yeah,
We're going to our takeover.
one of us have to represent Susie because Susie was nice enough to go to ours. So we got to do Susie a solid.
And
That's
the
right.
Rockies are in first place. So there
The
you go.
first
We're
place
number
Colorado
one.
Rockies.
The
Who
only
knew?
team in Colorado in first place right
Who
now.
All
knew?
right,
besides the
guys, you
Nuggets.
guys are making getting out of here really difficult.
It's okay. It's Saturday. We're
We're just
vibing.
hanging out. Just hanging out.
I'm trying.
Modelos are hitting hard.
Hey, we're gonna go down to Pete's Kitchen right now in Colfax. If you guys are looking for something to do, we'll be hanging out, talking pits, and then let's see. Get your subscription. Hit the like right now if you haven't. Subscribe to DNVR Sports on YouTube, and more than that, the most important thing we say every show, it is up the PIDs. We're out of here.
Adios.